Hello and welcome to this Profit Protector Pro video. So I'm here to tell you how great automations are and why you should be using them if you aren't already. So maybe you're new to Profit Protector Pro and you don't quite fully understand how they work, in which case I'm going to explain that to you now. Or maybe you've been using the software for a while and you don't quite know how it's going to benefit you and your business. And trust me, it really will benefit. So automations is a way of setting up actions that Profit Protector Pro will take for you if a certain situation was to occur. So all you need to do is come to automations, click on new automation, select your setup method. So let's do flow because we can see everything. And you can set up a series of conditions and actions. So condition 1, this is the list of conditions. So when seller numbers increase to, when stock falls below, if buy box goes below minimum, there's a number of different options that you can choose from. So let's say if on the listing, the seller numbers increase to 10, if there were like 5 before or something like that. Now, if the seller numbers increase, and let's say we were on the balance strategy, obviously there's more sellers and we want to compete with them. We don't want to lose the buy box. More sellers means there's more chances of them trying to take the buy box from us, and we don't want that. So let's say we're on the balance strategy. We can then switch it up to the aggressive sales generator, for example, which means we're a bit more competitive. You can make as many conditions as you like. You can have a very simple automation like this and just leave it at that, or you can make it as complex as you like. You can make as many automations as you see fit. So you can get Profit Protector Pro ready for any number of scenarios and put that automation in place. So let's add a new condition. So let's say on top of that, when seller numbers increase to 10, switch the strategy to the aggressive sales generator. Now, let's say if the buy box happens to go below minimum, let's say it's a really competitive listing, people are fighting for it, people are repricing, and then it pushes the buy box below your minimum price and you don't want to lose out because you want it. We can select this option here and then move our minimum a pound or $1 under the buy box price. So then our minimum is going to go $1 or £1 under what it was originally, assuming that the buy box does go just below. So maybe it goes like a penny under our minimum price, for example. And obviously Profit Protector Pro can't reprice outside your minimum and maximum parameters. And so doing this means that it's going to move your minimum, as I say, £1 or $1 underneath what it was originally, which would then give the aggressive sales generator the room it needs to wriggle underneath the buy box, scoop it up as it does, and then it will try and bump the price up as best as it can, which means you are still in the game thanks to the automations. And let's say from here, let's say the automation has been active for 5 days. And as I say, we're on the balance strategy before. Let's say we want to revert back to that, assuming that we are going to sell the most part of what we wanted to sell within that time period. We can then get it back to where it was before. So the balance sales accumulator. So this has put us back to where we were at the start. Well, the original strategy that we had, meaning that we don't have to go back in and change that manually. This has done it for us. And obviously you can add more conditions if you wanted to. You can add as many as you like and then just click on save. Obviously I would have named that there, so don't forget when you do make your automation, you can add in the automation name there. But once you have made your automation, you can toggle it on as active. You can remove it if you want to. And if it is active, you can go into your inventory and apply it here. Now, an automation is like having a backup plan in place. If you see it that way, then you aren't going to go far wrong because you'll set your strategy and they will work amazingly and will do the best that they can in the scenarios that they are presented. But obviously sometimes you might find there are scenarios where, let's say, the buy box does move below your minimum. Obviously the strategy is not going to reprice outside your minimum and maximum prices, and that's where the automation comes in to lend a helping hand. So if that was to happen, it might not happen, but if it was to happen, you are prepared because you have an automation set up. It's like plan B, it's like having insurance, and it means that you don't miss out. It then means that you don't have to look at what's going on Amazon and go, oh, I can't compete anymore. Now I've got to go back in and change it, whether that's on the laptop or on the app. You've got an automation in place. You don't need to worry about it anymore. So it means that you are a bit more hands-free, which is one of the reasons why you would hire someone like a virtual assistant, because you want to be a bit more hands-free and focus on other areas of your business and not constantly having to be worried about, what is going on exactly and you can just let Profit Protector Pro do its thing, watch the money come in, watch the sales get made, and boom, everyone is happy. So if that has not convinced you to try out an automation yet, then I don't know what will. But I'm super confident that that has probably convinced you. And if you have a success story thanks to an automation, if you've set one up that works really well for you, feel free to share that story in the Profit Protector Pro Facebook group. We'd love to hear things like that. Thank you very much for watching. Go use an automation, and I'll see you next time.